Miles Cooper, the High Commissioner of Australia to Singapore. Yes, good morning and thank you for this interview.
Thank you, very happy to talk.
Yeah, well, Mr. Cooper, could you tell us about today's event? Quite sudden, this press conference by Woodside to call this event. Why do you think this was important?
Well, we're very happy to host the CEO of Woodside, Mr. Don Vultee, here today. Woodside's a major Australian company, our largest oil and gas exploration and production company. They're very seriously interested in the tender process that Singapore has put out for liquefied natural gas. We think that they should be treated very seriously. They've been shortlisted, and we think that they're a very natural partner for Singapore. And were they to be successful, of course that's up to the Singapore authorities to evaluate their bid alongside the others, but were they to be successful, we think that would be another very strong element in the bilateral relationship between Australia and Singapore.
Yeah. Could you tell us a bit about trade between the two countries at this moment? And if Australia gets this deal, what would that do to the trade figures?
Trade between Australia and Singapore is very substantial, probably larger than many Australians realise. Singapore is actually our fifth biggest trading partner in the world, and it's important in itself, but also as a distribution centre for the region. Secondly, in the business relationship as well, there's investment, and Singapore investment in Australia is very substantial, maybe as high as 30 billion US, and Australian investment in Singapore has been growing as well. So I think there's an established business relationship across a number of sectors, and there's a mutual understanding, familiarity and confidence in doing business together. And I think that both parties have proved to be reliable suppliers. And in the field of LNG, I think that's particularly important for a country that's seeking LNG, because energy supplies, the welfare of the community, sustainability of industry, all these things rely on energy. And we believe that Australia, as a politically stable country, close to Singapore, it has the advantages of proximity, and also a company such as Woodside has long established expertise in this business. And we think all of that together makes Australia a very logical partner for Singapore in this business.
Would the Australian government permit a Singapore government entity to buy into either Woodside or the equity in the oil and gas fields?
Let me put it this way. The Australian government welcomes foreign investment, and we have very substantial amounts of investment from Singapore in Australia already. Our second largest telecom, Optus, is owned by Singtel. Some of our electricity distributors are owned by Singpower. Property development, a range of other areas, airlines as well. So we welcome investment, including from Singapore. All major foreign investments, including those from foreign government-related entities, are vetted by our Foreign Investment Review Board, and recently our Treasurer released some details of the criteria, the established criteria against which proposals have been assessed in the past and will continue to be assessed. So I think it's very premature at this stage to talk about how the Australian government might react to investment from a Singapore government-related entity. But I think that the company, the CEO, has indicated that they're prepared to consider possible investment from Singapore in relation to the project. And certainly Singapore companies are well known in Australia. We have confidence in the ethical way they behave, the commercial way they behave. So while of course there'd be processes to be gone through, but I don't think Singapore companies need have any particular fears about those processes at this stage. And indeed I think on the basis of past experience they might well have some basis for confidence.
Okay. With that, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.